नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, खम्मा गणी और राम राम सा। सुनाओ अपनी कहानी, बनाओ अपनी पहचान की इस मुहिम में आज हम मिलेंगे सुचित्रा चैटर्जी से और जानेंगे इनकी जीवन यात्रा के बारे में। आपको बता दें ये एक टीचर, मेंटर, गाइड, पर्सनलाइज्ड कोच एंड वर्कशॉप लीडर के रूप में 25 से भी अधिक सालों तक सेवाएं दे चुकी हैं। अब तक कई छात्रों का जीवन बदलने में ये उनकी मदद कर चुकी है। जी हाँ, इन्होंने कई लोगों को उनके लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने, उनकी क्षमता को बढ़ाने और उनके जीवन में सकारात्मक परिवर्तन करने के लिए उन्हें सशक्त बनाया है। ये इंटरनेशनल वुमेन नेटवर्किंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की फाउंडर भी हैं दोस्तों, जिसकी स्थापना इन्होंने जुलाई 2021 में की थी। इस संगठन की स्थापना के पीछे इनका उद्देश्य महिला उद्यमियों को एक साथ जोड़ना और आगे बढ़ने में उनकी मदद करना है। दोस्तों, ये संगठन उन महिला उद्यमियों को आगे बढ़ाने का प्रयास करता है जो अपने जुनून का पालन करते हुए आगे बढ़ना चाहती है। उन्हें अपनी योग्यता साबित करने के लिए एक मंच प्रदान कर रहा है ये संगठन। आपको बता दें, सफलता का ये मुकाम हासिल करने वाली सुचित्रा चटर्जी मानती हैं कि आत्मविश्वास, अनुशासन और निरंतरता जैसे तमाम गुण इन्हें अपने जन्म के साथ ही मिले। ऐसे में इन गुणों के साथ आगे बढ़ते हुए इन्होंने अपने जीवन में हमेशा सर्वश्रेष्ठ प्रदर्शन किया। इस मुकाम तक पहुंचने में इनके परिवार ने भी इनका हमेशा साथ दिया। जी हाँ दोस्तों, ये मानती हैं कि एक डिफेंस फैमिली से होने के नाते देश प्रेम की भावना भी बचपन से ही इनके अंदर थी। कई बार इन्होंने खेलों के जरिए देश के प्रति अपने प्रेम को व्यक्त भी किया, देश का प्रतिनिधित्व किया। पढ़ाई के साथ खेलों में एक खास रुचि रखने वाली सुचित्रा चटर्जी ने 1982 के एशियाड खेलों में 100 मीटर लॉन्ग जंप में इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट किया। ये एथलेटिक्स में नेशनल प्लेयर हैं दोस्तों। ये मानती है कि जीवन में इनके द्वारा हासिल की गई उपलब्धियों और इन सभी अनुभवों ने इन्हें कई मूल्यवान चीजें सिखाई। ये सब कुछ हासिल करने के लिए इन्होंने एक प्रॉपर प्लानिंग के तहत सही दिशा में काम किया और दोस्तों तभी ये सब मुमकिन हो पाया। ना सिर्फ खेलों में बल्कि पढ़ाई में भी इन्होंने उतनी ही रुचि दिखाई। आपको बता दें, ये एमएससी फिजिक्स इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट हैं। ये बीएड में फर्स्ट रैंक होल्डर है। इन्होंने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कैम्ब्रिज से अपना टीचिंग कोर्स पूरा किया। जी हाँ, ये A&O लेवल सर्टिफाइड टीचर है। तो जीवन के हर कदम पर सर्वश्रेष्ठ प्रदर्शन करने वाली सुचित्रा चैटर्जी की ये जीवन यात्रा देश के हर युवा को प्रेरित करने का काम करेगी, ऐसा हमें यकीन है। तो दोस्तों, आइए इनकी लाइफ से जुड़े ऐसे ही कई और किस्सों एवं अनुभवों के बारे में जानने के लिए अब मिलते हैं सीधा इनसे और सुनते हैं पूरी कहानी इनकी अपनी जुबानी।
My name is Suchitra Chatterjee and I'm an Indian, of course. From my attire, you can make out that I'm an Indian. I'm the founder of International Women Networking Organization, and this is a private limited company. This was founded on 25th of July 2021, just a year old, I would say. It's just 14-15 months that we have started with this. And this organization actually take care of Indian women entrepreneurs. Now, why specific about Indian women entrepreneurs? Because we know we have a different lifestyle. We have a lot of responsibilities, and at the same time, we dream to prove ourselves. We want to live our dreams. So there is a very big, a lot of time it happens that you want to do something, but you do not have the right kind of platform. You do not have the right kind of hand-holding. You do not have the right kind of mentoring to see what you want to be. And therefore, this platform provides the Indian women entrepreneurs a place where there is a compassionate networking. There is no competition in that. And we also see that a person who is motivated to do something has a right kind of steps to go forward to that and become a brand. It's very easy to become an entrepreneur, and it's very easy to start a business, but it's very difficult to maintain it and to become a brand. So my organization, that's International Women Networking Organization, actually provides a platform to this. I always tell people that this is a divine intervention in my life. I'm very small to do such a big kind of thing for India. And since I'm 57 years old, at this time, people think of starting their second inning of life, having their grandchildren with them, relaxing, and thinking of doing something which they have never done in their life. For example, traveling, for example, watching some TV and going abroad and some sort of thing. But for me, this came to me as a I would say as a power to prove myself and to give something better to the society as a gift, because we cannot keep on taking. At certain level in your life, you have to give back to the society, and that is what I believe in, services. So this platform, Indian International Women Networking Organization, is for Indian women at present, but yes, we'll be spreading our wings to international level also. In a year, 14 months, I would say, we are 21 members, and we have done a business of 2 CR, nearly 2 CR. And that gives me a hope, that I'm on the right track. And this is where I feel happy, and I feel grateful to God and to the universe that they have chosen me to do this kind of work. Talking about my childhood and my family background, I belong to a defense family, and I'm proud to be an Indian. So these two things have changed my life in a very different way. Since the childhood, it has been like being in a defense family. Few things have been given to me as a birthright. For example, the confidence, discipline, struggle, consistency. It has been put as a DNA in me that these are the key parts of success. If you have that self-confidence and discipline, and you can accept the struggle in your life, and you have a consistency, then no one in the world can stop you. That is how the childhood has been. As I have been a topper throughout. I have done my master's in physics electronics. I'm a gold medalist in that. I'm a Asiad player, 1982 Asiad player too. I have done my teaching course from University of Cambridge. I'm the first batch of NIT Kabul in 1986 when NIT came in India. You people are seeing a computer in a very small form. We used to see in a room where we used to wear the PP kit and get into the room so that the virus doesn't affect the computers. So I'm talking about that time. I'm talking about 1986, 85, 86 when NIT came in India. So being always into the having that confidence ki I can do everything. Nothing is impossible for human being. Otherwise, God wouldn't have created such a magnificent world for us to prove that whatever you want to do, you can do it, provided you have those 4 things I told you: the discipline, the struggle, the consistency, and the confidence in you. And believe me, the family background always has an impact during your life process. The way you are raised, the way you are. I also believe that yes, of course, you need to have those genes, but apart from that, if you are being cocooned, or if you are being hand-holded in a proper way. So, as you know, defense family, lot of struggle, but at the same time, yes, that sense of achievement, that yes, my father has served the country, my brother has served the country, my husband was into Tata Motors, so one of the leading companies in India. So in one way or the other, we kept on serving India. So that is also have had a lot of positive impact in me. I think somewhere in my life, I always wanted to do something out of the box, to give something to the society back in a form which I haven't got. I did not get a platform which God gave me to create it for Indian women. So I created it in a way. जो मुझे नहीं मिला वो मैंने दुनिया को दिया. I would say in that thing. And when I was being raised by the set of wonderful parents, my ma and baba, they gave me few things, very few things. I would say they always said there is nothing good or bad. It's your perception that makes good and bad. So my childhood has been always good and not so good. It's for everyone. But one thing I could understand that if you have the right kind of attitude, you can change the not so good into good form. So and that actually made me understand life in a different perspective, that it's not the environment that plays a very important part in your life. Of course it is, but your mindset, the attitude you have towards the things actually changes you. So how can you do that? Accept those things that you cannot control and take them as an experience for your growth in your life, and be truthful and give your best to those things which you can change. One thing I believe, never cheat. Never cheat. Never cheat yourself, never cheat the other person. Because everything comes back to what goes around comes back. So it is very important for us to see that how we perform each minute, each moment of our life. As we grow, I believe that we all are here to prove ourselves. So in that struggle, a large part of my life was immersed in this struggle to prove myself. I knew that I have that kind of potential. I have the capabilities. I have right kind of parents with me, a very supportive parents, a very supportive family. But there is some time that you need to do something by yourself. I always believed, and hence my belief in doing or the action actually has changed my life completely. The time when I was born, India was poor. So, and being born in a defense family, now it seems to be like, oh my God. But that time it used to be, oh my God, I'm born in a defense family. So I think I will be only getting 2 sets of clothes in a year. And that too, one will be school uniform. Another will be my Durga Puja, the puja that we have, the festival we have. So that sort of background that we have, I have been raised. But as I always tell people, that these things are not problems. These things are experience which makes you strong. If you understand them, there's always a make and break in a situation. If you understand the situation and take it as an experience, you make it. Otherwise, you break. If I would have taken those things as, okay, fine, I don't have these things, I don't have that thing, so, okay, I will take the life as it comes. Mediocre life. But I always hated that mediocrity. I always hated. So, when I understood life in the standard 7, since then I have never seen as me to be a second in whatever I do. I used to do, and hence therefore that power to excel became my nature, became my first nature, not the second nature. So if you're seeing me like this, I'm always like this. It's not that I'm sitting here and talking to you, therefore I'm like this. If you sometime meet me in a shopping complex, I will be like this. If I'm going to my organization, I'm like this. If I'm going to my office, I'm like this. Because I believe that excel comes from whatever you do. It has to start from you. It has to start from you. Otherwise, you cannot prove yourself. So when proving came, I started proving myself from school. The time when people used to get 65%. I got 86% in standard 12 with 100 marks in physics and 100 marks in maths. So that was the time when I thought, my parents thought, no, she's something different. something. My mother is just standard 10 pass because she got married at the age of 16. My dad was in defense, but my mother is a very smart lady. She's a very smart lady, and she has actually, driven those emotions of hers into me, that you can do it, nothing is impossible for you. And therefore, in standard 12, I represented India, Asiad 1982 in 100 meters and long jump. So that time when PT Usha used to run, I also used to run with PT Usha. So how did it happen? My parents, my father was the one who inspired me to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And since then, till date, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I do my kriyas, I do my walking, I do my journaling, I do my meditation. And therefore, people, when they ask me, what is your age? I say, I'm still 30. I have a lot of things to do and give back to society. Therefore, universe has kept me like this. So those small seeds that my parents has put into me, the small ideas that they always said, ki, yes, you can do it. That has actually made me very successful. In my own eyes, I'm not comparing myself with anyone. In my own eyes, that I should be better than my previous moment. I should be better than my previous day. And believe me, I don't have any ailment. No BP, no diabetes, no nothing. So it's like I'm living a healthy lifestyle mentally, emotionally, and physically. So when I started proving myself, I understood that it's not about proving myself to someone else, but proving myself to myself. That I knew that I have so much of potential, that I can do something great for the planet. I can do something very good for my society, for my family, for my nation, and for the world always. Whether you talk about the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, financial, or handling relationship, I think I understood life in a very different aspect. And during this transition, people call it as a struggle. I call it as a building block for my success. And today, here I am, because I thought, yes, if I make myself the way people want to see me, they will follow my things. They will follow how I have led my life. After graduating from a college and doing my post-graduation in physics, electronics, my passion was teaching. Not was, still. I'm a very good mentor, I'm a good trainer. So my actually passion started from standard 12, where I understood that I have a very deep relation with teaching. I can teach any subject, anything, any topic. You just give me 5 minutes to prepare and I can do that. So with that passion, I joined schools. 17 years in schools as a high school physics and maths teacher. I made my mark in their lives by changing their lives, not by changing their marks. I changed their life to become a better human being. And that is what is, I always say, it's my Guru Dakshina. That I understood, my students still remember me. So after 17 years in school, which I understood that was my way to change, my way to give back to the country, make my country better, because I believe that the students are the asset of the country. If you have the right asset, you can create anything. If you have right foundation, you can create anything that you want. And after that, I went to South Korea for 10 years. My husband was there in Tata Deu. I had a privilege to meet few people who were life coaches. For the first time in my life, I'm talking about 2010, 11, 12. First time in my life, I could understand there is something called as life coach. That concept was very new. I'm talking about 2010, 11 and 12. And in India, why life coach? Why do we require a life coach? Because we always had been a joint family, concept of a joint family. If my parents are not available, at least my Tayaji, Tauji are available. My my uncle aunts are available, my grandparents are available, so I need not have to counsel someone from outside. But when I went to South Korea, I found that life coaching is a part, is one of the profession, and somewhere I found that that is in me, so I can become a good life coach. So I started my training there as life coach. So I'm almost into life coaching for past 10 12 years, a decade. Helps round about 500 plus people to change their life in a better form, and to understand life, and to understand life understanding life in a way that this planet is a place where we have to do our karmas. This is like a bridge. This is like a bridge. Earth is like a bridge. पुल है, पुल पे कोई घर नहीं बांधता है. So you come, you play your part, and you leave. So when you are playing your part, how well you are playing your part is very important for you. So if you have a right guidance, if you have right hand holding, you can play your part in a better way. So after becoming a life coach, we came back to India in 2015. During that time, I had my ailing parents with me, so could not do anything. And I was just finding out, trying to find out, figure out what else I'm made for. What is that which is actually calling me all the time? Then this came to me, International Women Networking Organization, and it came to me as a if you throw a person in an ocean who doesn't know how to swim, it came to me like that. But yes, with nature, with people around me, with the blessings of people, I could do better. I'm in a better position now. After 14 months, I'm in a better position. So this has been a life journey for me, which has actually made me a person who never fear failures, who is never in competition with anyone. Thus, I could become a very high performance entrepreneur and a life transforming life coach, who believes that with the right kind of mentoring, a person can be changed. A person can start living their life once again. Through my life journey, I could understand that I am not the person who can settle for less than what I truly deserve. But this was the thing that I after a certain period of time, there is a transition in a woman's life. We, as a, I would say specifically in an Indian women life. So once I got married, there were a lot of things, a lot of responsibility on me. Then I started thinking, okay, this is my life. I think to keep my in-laws happy, to serve the family, to serve husband, to serve my parents, this is my family. And then for few years, I was not doing anything. I was just doing this part only. And I used to go to the school, and that is where I used to actually give my best. As you said very rightly, that you are creating the asset of the country, and you cannot take this profession for granted. Every day you have to think something new, something better for the students. Similarly, so somewhere in my life, I started taking the life to be as, okay, fine, this is what I have in my life, and I have to settle with that. Then suddenly one day it happened to me when I gave my B.Ed examination. I was selected for St. Xavier's, Kolkata. One of my teacher, I'm talking about 2005, I was in Kolkata at that time. So being a gold medalist in physics, I thought I need not have a B.Ed. But that was the main criteria for a school to have the teacher who has a B.Ed. Only those teachers could teach the high school students. So since I was teaching a high school student, I was made to do B.Ed. So I excelled in that. In IWNO, I topped the list as rank 1, position 13. So I had been chosen for St. Xavier's, Kolkata as one of my teaching places for that. There I met one of my teacher. Her name was Charlotte Simpson. And she told me, what else do you do? My answer was, I don't do anything. So apart from teaching, I said, no, I don't do anything. So, and she was very much surprised because I was one of the vibrant students in the class. So then she said, ki, if you settle, if it's your mentality which stops you, it's your mindset that stops you. No one else stopped you. So I became the person after that who never used to settle for less than I truly deserve. I understood what I deserve. So this reason actually has always kept me myself as priority. I started taking out time for my spirituality. I started taking out time for my journaling. I started taking out time for my walking to keep myself physically active. And therefore, every day I was a better person. So I would say always that if you don't give priority to yourself, you lose yourself. And once you lose yourself, there is no one who will come and tell you, okay, fine, I'm there for you. Believe me, it never happens. It never happens. It's you who has to understand the life. And this is your life and one life. There is no retake. This time I haven't been able to perform, so next time the God will give me the chance. So I'll come back. And in Indian culture, we know it's 84 crores time that you have to come. You have to take your birth in 84 crores time. Then you get a life of human being. And once you have to wait for that 84 crores lifetime, who knows who will, Suchitra Chatterjee will come once again. I don't know. So what I have is today. What I have is now. And if I'm not performing now, I will not perform the other moment also. And that was very important for me to understand that my first priority is me. I'm not asking people to become selfish, no. But you need to understand that if you are not happy from inside, you cannot pass that happiness to outside. If you are not peaceful from inside, you cannot give those lectures on peace to other people. What is inside will come outside. So that is how you have to keep the priority as yourself and nurture yourself. Understand yourself, love yourself, groom yourself, and then become the service part for the society. Otherwise it's difficult. It's very difficult. At the end of the life, when you sit with yourself, you will be bored. अरे मैं अपने साथ बैठ के बोर हो गया. Just imagine when you get bored sitting with yourself, the other person will always get bored with you. So how you have groomed yourself, how you have taken that life as. So I understood that life is very, very simple once you understand it, once you take it not for granted and you grow each moment. Become an example. So के एक तो बीमार भी मर जाता है. You have to grow. You don't have to grow like this. You have to grow like this. And every day you have to grow in a different way. So, and I also know that if you don't stand for yourself, no one is going to stand for you. So it's the first step is to love yourself, stand for yourself, make people understand you exist. Make people understand that you are something different. You're not the run of the mill. And I'm not that. So this is that day my life changed, my thought process changed. And since in a Indian family, being born in a middle class family where education always leads to a good job and settled life, becoming an entrepreneur was very difficult for me. This is my third stint to be as an entrepreneur. My parents used to say, कोई करता है ऐसा? Masters in physics, you could have gone to Mahindra and Mahindra, you could have gone to big companies like Tata Motors and everywhere. Why this entrepreneurship where you have to just keep on banging your head on the wall where people doesn't understand? Then I used to tell my father, Dad, I know entrepreneurship is not my lineage. As I'm masters in physics, electronics, that too gold medalist. But that kind of character is me. I have that kind to do something out of the box and to understand this is not entrepreneurship is a mindset, is a heart set, is a soul set. It's not a kitabi set. It's not that you sit and write the examination you pass. No. So that is how it has been. It has pulled me again and again into this. And in this process, I have made have understood that quality of life is what you make. Quality of life is not what people expect from you. So if you do not set a baseline standard for what you will accept in your life, people will never take you seriously. People will take you for ride. People will take you for granted. So set that baseline. Okay, this is me. And then start working on it. And life is very simple. And believe me, it's very easy to slip into behaviors and attitudes or quality of life which is below your standard, because it's easy. Waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning is easy, but waking up at 4 o'clock is difficult. So once you choose that a small difficult part of your life, you change your life from ordinary to extraordinary. You change your life from being simple and being okay or average to a magnificence. This life is an opportunity. It's a complete opportunity. And we have to see that how we are going to avail this opportunity. My only, I always tell people that spirituality is not a religion. It's not a condition. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. Being a spiritual guru, a serial entrepreneur, trainer, speaker, coach, I believe that we all are built to last. But that theme has to be here. And always understand that there are no mistakes. It's only experience that you have. If you fall down, you always get up. It's not that you only sit over there and wait for someone who will come and pick you up. No. That stumbling block for you becomes a stepping stone of success for you. And that is how the mindset of people should be. Achievement in terms of certificates, in terms of degrees, in terms of people for outside, I take them as rewards for my life. But how I have grown, that is very different accomplishment for me. I have understood life. I have understood life in a very different way. And I have understood that life is a beautiful journey. It's because when nothing supports you, when nothing helps you to groom yourself or give you that comfort, then the spirituality comes in that form. A spirituality, your core actually comes to help you. So life is a beautiful journey. And if you understand the basic of your life, life becomes very simple. Otherwise, it's very complex. It's very complex and we make it complex. I have understood that we all have come on this earth to learn and grow. Learning part, the more you learn, take it as experience, you grow in a very different form. We have to realize that we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And in order to move on and continue learning, you have to accept life in a different aspect. There are emotions, there are limitations, but how you handle them and how you take them as your success, that will lead you to a peaceful and a beautiful soul. It's a soul journey. It's not a Suchitra Chatterjee's journey, or it's not anyone else's journey. If you die and no one cries, you have not lived your life. For two people cry. One who have done a lot for the society in a positive way, and another who have destroyed the society in a negative way. So this is how it has been. The life has to be seen like this. And my journey from just a student to a sports person, to a life coach, to an entrepreneur, to a spiritual guru has given me a lot on my plate. And every moment is a beautiful moment for me. A person who accepts death has understood the life. So that is where I am now. So there is no comparison where I have to see and I have to prove myself. It's only that this part has been given to me, and I have to prove the part. I have to give my 200% to this. And believe me, if you don't do what has been given to you by nature, you have to come back to this body again and again and again and again. So give your best and release yourself from there. Bad things will happen in life, but that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. Spirituality is a way of life. As a way of life, how you begin your life and begin your day, not your life, begin your day and end your day. Being in gratitude is the simplest thing that you can do. Being in gratitude is the simplest thing that you can do. I repeated this because when we wake up in the morning, have we ever thought that half of the population of the world has not woken up? They are dead. But I am lucky. So do we thank the universe? Do we thank a God? Do we thank whomsoever we find the power to be as divine? So in that case also we don't feel that gratitude. But if you are in gratitude, always in gratitude, the air that we are breathing, the place that you are sitting and I am sitting, just imagine if something happens now, this complete interview will go up for a toss. I will be out of my sink and you will be out of your sink. So that gratitude, thank you universe for giving me this chance that I'm safe. Thank you universe for giving me one more day to live. You don't have to do anything. No, just sit, wake up. Before you open your eyes, just rub your palms, make them warm, because if you make them warm, there is a lot of nerves over here which actually makes you feel, yes, you are up. Then join your palms and just say thank you universe for one more day. You can thank the divine, you can thank your parents, you can thank anybody whom you think to be the higher self of yours, or the more powerful than you are. This is one way to start your day. And similarly, when you end your day, thank you God. Suppose you are back in your home, you're back on your bed, you are now going to sleep, you had nice food. Just imagine if you wouldn't have come back home. Another example, I give this example to all my students and my coaches also, that we take breath for so granted. Now, if I'm breathing in, breathing out, and just imagine the breath has not come back. You are dead. So have we ever thanked this breath? No. So thanking every time actually will lead you to a lot of changes in your life. The acceptance will come. Once the acceptance comes, your life will be simple. So this is one thing I always tell people, that be in gratitude for whatsoever. If you are falling down, you met with an accident, you broke your hand, fantastic, no problem. At least you are alive. You have not lost your life. So for that also, there has to be gratitude. So once you're in gratitude, your life becomes simple. My advice, I won't say advice, just a suggestion to the entrepreneurs, those who are the young entrepreneurs. We have brilliant minds now, brilliant minds. They can create everything from nothing. Some people do that. But entrepreneurship is a very hard journey. It requires consistency, it requires courage, it requires to keep yourself at the last. दूसरे लोग बिजनेस क्लास में ट्रैवल कर सकते, पर आपको इकोनॉमी क्लास में ट्रैवल करना है, because that's your baby. You have to grow your baby. So that is the kind of thought process that you have to have when you are going for an entrepreneurship. First check whether you have that entrepreneurial material in you or not, whether you have that passion or not. because passion is the word which comes out from hard work. If you have that right kind of hard work, right kind of mindset, then only go for entrepreneurship. Because some people, when the first entrepreneurial success doesn't happen, they feel कुछ भी नहीं तो हो रहा है. They take the failure as one of the part of their life and they sit. So for the entrepreneur, it's an ever growing thing. So if the first thing has failed, go for the second one, because you already have that entrepreneur blood running in you. Of course, an advice for teachers I would like to give, because what I have seen, teaching is not a profession. Like entrepreneurship is not a profession, it's a passion. Similarly, teaching is also a passion. If you become a good teacher, you can become good teacher in two ways. Either teaching the subject in the right way, or putting your brains into the student to become a good human being. But if you have both the things together, you become a perfect teacher. A teacher who will be admired throughout the life. It takes little time, of course. You have to have that ability to put yourself into your student's shoes and understand from where he or she is coming from. Never humiliate the student. Usually teacher, they think they know everything. No. We learn every day, and then we grow. So if you understand your student, if you make them a better human being, they will automatically excel in their grades. But if they excel in their grade, it's not a surety that they will become a good human being. So first, a teacher has to be a good human being. Teacher has to showcase the same kind of character that the teacher is looking forward from the student. If we say ki don't come late, but the teacher comes 10 minutes late into the room, how a student will respect you? And I believe that if you really become put some good characters in yourself, you also become a good human being. So you'll be admired by the student, and automatically one day these students, my students are in NASA, my students are in DRDO, and a different level. Still I am in contact with them. Almost 20, 25 years past, but still I'm in contact with them. They only say, ma'am, what you have taught, we don't remember. But what you have made us, we remember. You have made us a good human being. So few things that I always tell. Number one, do not cheat. Number two, trust yourself and your instinct. Number three, be kind. Be kind to people. And never take anything for granted. A few things, जो हमारे दादा दादी लोग बोलते थे, it's very true. Now we are becoming a life coach. We are teaching the same thing. No difference. बड़ों का सम्मान करना, पूजा करना, ये करना, वो करना, but in a different form. So this is my gift to the society, to the entrepreneurs, to the teachers, to the students, to the world, I would say. Don't take anything for granted. Live your life with truthfulness. Have that passion to be better each day, each moment. That's all. That's all how you should live your life. And that is where the consciousness, you will become the consciousness. I belong to a very rich heritage. My mother is from a very rich family, a rich blue blood family, Zamindar family. And my father is from the Krishna consciousness. I'm into the lineage of that. So automatically I have the genes of both, the royal genes and the consciousness genes. So when I see that nothing matters, what kind of clothes you are wearing, what kind of car you are driving, what kind of bungalow you have, nothing matters. At the end of the day, what matters is how good a person you are, how peaceful you are here, not outside. Because at the end of the day, you have to sit with yourself and to justify whether I have lived my day truthfully and have given my 200%, और somebody has to see कि मैंने अपना काम किया कि नहीं।
दोस्तों, आज हमने जाना सुचित्रा चैटर्जी की प्रेरक जीवन यात्रा के बारे में। ऐसे ही रोचक कहानियाँ रोजाना सुनने के लिए हमारा चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन जरूर दबाएं। अगर पसंद आई है आज की ये कहानी तो इसे लाइक, कमेंट और शेयर करना ना भूलें। दोस्तों, अब आप भी बन जाइए भारत की प्रोफेशनल कम्युनिटी की आवाज़ और सुनाओ अपनी कहानी, बनाओ अपनी पहचान की इस मुहिम से जुड़कर अपने जीवन के अनुभवों, करियर यात्रा, अपने उत्पादों एवं सेवाओं के पीछे की वास्तविक कहानी से देशवासियों को प्रेरित करें और अपनी एक नई पहचान बनाएं। टेल योर स्टोरी, इंस्पायर एंड बिल्ड योर ब्रांड विद द पावर ऑफ वीडियो। जय हिंद, जय भारत।